adventure.
His fast gun for hire heeds the calling wind.
This is High Noon and welcome! Are you prepared to draw? I hope so! And I don't mean any of that liver-lizzied, gun-slinging stuff, and I don't mean any of that arty stuff. I'm here to do that. Yous all will just draw together, become family, friends, help each other, support each other, all that stuff. This is a place to have a good old time, friends and frolic, and all that stuff. Okay? This is it.
Hello, one and all. Hope everyone is doing fine. I've got this all shared out. See, I just want to bring up chats and stuff from pop up chat from D Live. That way I can see if I get any lemons or ice creams or whatever. Okay, where is my chat? Oh, my chat. I want to pop out my chat. Okay. Trying to deal with Twitch at the moment. Okay. I gotta figure that out later. I don't know why it's changed things and messed things up. So we'll just grab our activity feed from chat thing. So how is everyone today? Oh, helps them have the light. So yeah, I'm going to try and draw up to the best of my ability. Characters from Final Fantasy. So we have fighter. Probably do 2 pages, 3 on each. I'll probably do the fighter, thief, and I forget the other one. What the name is. And we'll have white, red, and black made on the other page. So we'll put the regular fighter in the middle here. And we'll give him a sword in his hand. I'd like to do this again with their upgraded form, so I guess Knight, whatever, Knight, Ninja, and I'm not sure. I guess we'll put a shield on here. Let's see what I can find out what the other one is called. Black belt. What is the black belt called in? Let's see. Alright, so yeah, the different classes. So yeah. Who's Wikipedia? Okay, so I think black belt in the Final Fantasy one, the one that I'm playing on, whatchamacallit, the PlayStation 1, is a monk. So black belt becomes monk. Okay, very interesting. There we go. So, yeah, I've been playing this on my other channel, Final Fantasy. Number 1 through the PlayStation, the original PlayStation Origins version. So, hopefully I'm going to get to the second picture today with the other ones. Oh, thank you for Biffy Taman for following. They're on D Live. Or am I? Does it got the right thing that I'm doing even on D Live? Okay, so I gotta change that. Where do I change that? Channel. Okay, I'm on my channel. Not. I need to put my panels in too. Listing. Settings. Well, just in case you didn't know, right now I'm trying to draw up the characters from Final Fantasy. My other channel that I was referring to, called the Pied Piper of Hamilton, over on YouTube. So yeah, right now I'm doing the fighter, the thief, and black belt / monk character. No, let's see what sort of. I do have a thing here that shows different weapons and stuff from the game. Actually, it shows Final Fantasy 1 and 2, so that could be a bit confusing, I guess. Well, that's from the Game Boy version, Dawn of Souls. So I guess I will just go with a basic sword here. And for him. Okay, so then this picture here I got doesn't have any shields or whatever, so we might have to find something based on shields. I'm just going through. So we're gonna have the thief over here. So just put his fist there for now. So how is everyone doing today? I hope everyone is doing fine. How is everyone's Thanksgiving? Although it's been a couple days, or how was everybody's weekend? The thief here seems to be in shorts. And some boots here. Oh, now there's. Put some hair on the thief's chest. Yeah. And then now there's the monk. I might get the basics of all these characters in, and then the basics of all the other ones. 2 on the next page. Monk looks like a He-Man character. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Okay, and I think I'm gonna have to extend this stuff. I'm gonna end up scanning this in and doing coloring it digitally, probably eventually, and that's when I'll add on little pieces, whatever's needed. correct more things as I go along. Well, thank you, SS Jess, for following as well. There on D Live. I'm glad to have you all here. I'm not sure how to change. Well, I've done it before, obviously. Change the thing on thing. I did do that Titan drawing a while ago. I'm just not sure how to change the title. I figure it out and then I forget. Probably have to change it before you start. I would guess, anyways. Videos. But right now I am drawing the characters from the Final Fantasy 1 game. I'm getting these ones sketched in. We've got the fighter, the thief, black belt / monk. I think it depends on which version you're playing. If you're playing the original Nintendo version, it's black belt. If you're playing, say, Final Fantasy on PlayStation, then it's a monk. So I've got the basics for these guys in. You're not going to see too much of this arm for this guy here, but I'll probably put that more in. I'm going to get him drawn in slightly better. But on the second page, I'm going to be doing on a second page. I am going to be doing the other 3 version characters, which is the red mage, the white mage, and the black mage. So I'm going to put them in. I'm going to put the red mage in the middle. Now, this one I don't seem to be drawing the people out as much as I should beforehand, getting my some foundations down, as some people might call it. Some sort of brooch there. I'm not sure what it looks like. And of course, we have a belt on this red mage. So yeah, the red mage is almost drawn in. I'm not sure what there would be on his arms. There we go. Put a feather in his cap and call him macaroni. Hey Tom, how are you? There we The usual. Cool, cool. You must have a lot of paper in your room. Yeah, I do. How is it organized? A lot of it's in drawers, but then again, I have a lot of books like this. That's sketchbooks. So, it's like your own drawing collection. A sketchbook, yeah, like I've got a lot of them. I picked them up for different reasons, and then sometimes sometimes I just pick them up because I'm out. Before I've been out and had to wait for till some time. This one I was in the middle. I was trying to do a manga, the Japanese Shield, a while back, and I started sketching it out, but that it was short-lived. This is some other characters of mine from what I call Dark Light Universe. My Dark Light Universe. I don't know what I was doing there. That was getting some sketch together. Creating my own version of DC and Marvel superheroes as Canadians, changing their costumes. There's a drawing of Deku. Creating my characters in My Hero Academia style. Some of this is just whatever. Drawing for the sake of drawing. This was trying to figure out my drawing for Drawn and Quarter Fan Edition. This was a preliminary sketch for the Cult of Raven Halloween's coloring book, which you can get on Amazon. I've got a few. See, there's him. I've got a few in here. And then other people do too. John does. Somebody named Shinobi Raccoon, George Gatsis, Todd Mulrooney, not sure who some of these people are, Jason Robinson, The Metal. Yeah, you can get this off of Amazon for like, I'm not sure how much it would be for you, but it was like $7 for me plus shipping. Yeah, these are my different preliminary sketches for that. A Transformer I'm creating from my universe, one of mine. Again, another mock-up of what I was going to do for Drawn and Quartered Fan Edition. Of course, what I'm doing right now, Final Fantasy characters. Ever draw the Metal Men? I don't think I have, but I could easy enough. Okay, so I gotta work on how to. Right. Yeah. Yeah. The Metal Men are pretty good. I've seen them obviously before. I've been reading the newest Metal Men series this week because the final issue drops tomorrow. Cool. Uh, well, that's the basics for those guys. I gotta do a lot more, especially on him. These guys are gonna be hard to run in Black Mage, making them look decent. So first is the fighter. I'm going to start kicking him in. So I'm doing this because I don't have anybody that's supposed to be on tonight, so I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing tonight exactly, since I will have nobody. Well, Med will be there, but no interviews lined up tonight. Okay, so I need to take out that one line there. Well, where's the black mage? Right there, Marsupial. I'm doing these guys separate. Or I guess I could draw them in behind. What would you think? Should I draw them in behind? Or should I have them, the red mage, white mage, and black mage on their separate page like I've already done? No, this is one. Yeah, I just thought trying to fit 6 characters under one page, yeah, it can be done, but I thought, it could be difficult. Oh, there my mom has me on violent. Now, at some point, I am also thinking of doing them in their upgraded forms. This is just supposed to be fighter, thief, and monk, or black belt, depending on which version you're going with. And as I was saying earlier, the arm that gets a cut off here, or his arm is probably going to be cut off here when I tear this out. I'm going to end up coloring this later. I will, to the finished version, add that stuff in. Digitally. Oh, I know what I was going to do here. I was going to do a shield. So give me a second. I want to see whether I can find any of the other pieces to Final Fantasy. As you can see, I just drew a basic sword for him because went looking for weapons and all that. All I could find was something from Final Fantasy 1 and 2 via Game Boy that showed pictures. Okay, so armor. Alright, so funny character in there. I think that's what's really throwing this off. Now you type in Final Fantasy 1 armor and you get all this other stuff. Get everything but Final Fantasy 1. Let's see what I can find for in this side. Try a different site. Yeah, they just don't show what it looks like though. Nobody's done anything or what the shields look like or whatever for Final Fantasy 1. So I could do anything I wanted really. So with that I might just put shield in there, just a round one like a buckler. Okay, so we'll have this underneath. There we go. I have to erase it. Okay, let's erase some lines here. We'll get the thief and all that drawn in a little better. Okay, so I want to make sure this face is decent. Okay, so then there we go. That's that one done. Oh, the thief does have some sort of shoulder pads too. I didn't notice them earlier. Blew the main image up. I just laugh at the fact that the thief has got shorts on. I'm gonna take out the bottom half of this. I don't really like where it's going at the moment. Hey, John. Not much. I'm just trying to draw up the characters from Final Fantasy 1. Right now I'm doing the fighter, the thief, and black belt / monk. How are you today? On the next page I do have the red, white, and black mage. What are you up to? Oh, that's great that you're doing great. Looks like you're doing great too. Thanks. Got a video that I'm going to be scheduling probably for Saturday. Come up Saturday noon to come out that I think you might like. Okay, so we're gonna get some of this inked in. You're just sitting there drawing. Take it you're drawing the buckler. You want to come in? Give me a sec. Copy join info. Okay. Oh, okay. Let's see. There you go, John. Okay, so we're gonna stream snipe a little thing here. George apparently is. I asked him about a little thing here. Desktop audio on. Apparently he's doing okay, so let's see. Browsers. Okay, so what we have here is live. I'm gonna let George. I'm gonna send the link to George too. See whether he wants to come on. Just found out they turned the frequency into a TV series. Cool. So, yeah. Hey, George, I am showing this on my live stream. So I asked George about doing a 2-inch version of the shield thing, the statue, and this is it being printed live. So it's printing it for the next 4 hours. He's gonna have this up. Let me put a link to it in my chat. Okay. Hey, John.
Hello there. Good morning.
Good morning. You're a little low.
Let me check my connection then.
The Live Hour 4 stream, 3D printing of the Canadian shield. Print higher. 60 centimeters tall. So, yeah, I'm stream sniping George for a couple minutes here. I was asking him about doing a two.
Is that better?
Yeah, your volume, I take it you mean, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was asking him about doing a 2-inch one, that way it might be cheaper for people to afford. Just all one piece, and I'm getting him to print it in white. And what I think is I'll paint the red on and maybe paint the database or the base gray myself too. That shouldn't doing stuff like that shouldn't take too long. So
You said the entire thing is going to be 2 inches?
Yeah, approximately. He says 60 centimeters. So.
Oh, I don't know what that is. I use imperial measurement.
Well, I think he means 6 centimeters. Hey.
Yeah, it looks like 60 centimeters is 23 inches. That's not scaling down at all. Okay, so it's 2.3 inches.
6. See what he has to. I want to see what. So I'm not sure how much he's paying attention to his chat or not. But yeah, this would be probably a lot easier for people to buy. He went to lunch. Yeah, probably. So we'll come back to that maybe just before the end.
It says live 4-hour 3D printing of the Canadian Shield, printed high res, 60 centimeters.
Yeah, that's where I think it's off a little bit.
Well, yeah.
Just a little bit. Oh, that George. That he meant the other George. What other George? Oh, sure.
So I'm just drawing in all these people right now. They're having a press conference, and I have to draw a gaggle of interested reporters.
Okay, I don't know why George Gatsis would block you on Twitter. Or unless you're talking about some other George. I get confused now, I am.
Oh, really? Yeah, that George Gatsis doesn't really block anyone. Marsupial must have done something very bad. It's not like, some people just block everybody at the drop of a hat. George ain't that way.
That's the other George. Okay, there's George Gatsis, and who's the other George? I don't know who this other George is.
Oh, he's talking about George Alexopoulos.
Oh.
Probably. Yeah, he says it's George Alexopoulos who has me blocked. Yeah, that guy has me blocked too. I don't even know why, but hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, some people do stuff like that at the drop of the hat for whatever reason.
I'm trying to get a background. I'm going to import an image. Because they're at this plaza in Winnipeg. I don't exactly know how I'm going to pull it off. The angle, anyway. I guess it would be kind of like this. But I'm trying to get all of the remaining pages all thumbnailed out and kind of rough penciled in.
To know what exactly you want to do, that way it might go a little faster.
That's correct. Rick, when you're right, you're right.
Yeah, I guess so.
I need a straight line tool for this. I have a hard time drawing long straight lines with this tablet. So other than that, what's new?
Oh, not much. Yeah, so hopefully this will be, things work out, this will be hopefully available on my website in the next week or so. You think getting that one will satisfy your wife? The 2-inch one?
Oh, probably not.
With a little bit of hand painting?
I don't know how they do things in Canada, but 2 inches don't satisfy my wife.
Oh, that's bad. Bad, bad.
Okay, I think that's pretty good. Yeah. What do you think?
Let me see. Yeah?
I don't know. I'm kind of on like a deadline crunch here, so I can't really do finished pencils. I kind of work from this anyway. I could probably go straight to inks from these.
Well, yeah.
Just a few corrections.
How many pages do you got to go?
About 17.
Oh, wow. Let's see. And how much longer, do you have, or do you know, for the first set?
The first set of 30 days? I got about 6 days left. It's not. I gave myself ample time, but
Yeah,
still want to get it done as soon as possible.
Yeah, you got 7 days left, so 37 days.
7 days? Ah, I got the whole world in front of me. I need to get this girl's face.
And you're at $4,105.
How many backers?
79.
That's good.
I've sort of backed at this point.
Sort of.
Yeah, well, me and Evan made a deal, and I've half completed the deal. It was a couple cents off for putting a second one through, so I've got to wait a couple days, and then I will be purchasing a second buckler. One for me, one for Evan.
You're buying free comics for Evan?
No. He's given me the money to do it for him. But in doing so, he's also paying for my buckler, but he's technically paying for the Canadian Shield and that at the same time. Canadian Shield and the buckler Ashcan. So when it all comes in, I gotta send him the Canadian Shield, the buckler Ashcan, and the buckler book. And a whole bunch of other goodies. So, hey, you should say it's terrible.
I can't believe you're not even backing my book. You're a terrible person.
I was gonna back it as a digital. Because that's all I would have been able to afford.
Good Lord. This is all bad news. I don't know. I like this fat reporter in the front. I think I want to make his beard bigger. Yeah. I used to have this teacher in high school for English named Mr. Whiteman, and he was a big old fat guy, so it was hilarious.
Yeah,
But,
I guess that'd be a bit funny. A guy named Weidman being big.
But he had hair just like this, and glasses just like this, and beard just like this.
So you're putting him in the comic, if you will.
Not really. I just started drawing a fat guy, and then it kind of ended up looking like him.
So you end up putting him in the comic without wanting to.
I guess so, yeah. You're influenced by who you're influenced by.
Just question is, does he want to be famous, or will he be infamous now?
Oh, yeah, he would love to be famous. He always thought he was going to write the next great American novel. Okay.
Because idiots like to do that, marsupial. I get them too.
What?
I just usually they don't show up, so I just end up deleting them behind the scenes. Marsupial's wondering how come the only comments he gets is on his live streams linked to porn sites.
On YouTube?
Yeah,
Oh, I've never gotten one of those.
I get several of them. But nobody sees them because they don't get published. And then I go in, I check comments.
Oh, you're talking about the comment section.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I always get excited whenever I get a comment on a live stream. He's like, I mean, they're not even good porn sites. He's like, there's like human women on there, not even anime. I don't know.
I don't either. It's crazy.
I need another set of boxes. How much room do I got left? I got a lot of room.
The funny thing is they keep doing it. Somehow they think it's getting through. Or I think they just spam people that. Spam it somehow. So
Yeah, it's
They
a
don't-
numbers game. They just try to play the numbers.
sometimes I even actually report the person. But then again, I think it might be through hacked accounts that it's done too. They're just bots, yeah. Yeah. So Saturday, I'm going to actually be I've actually done one of these, and I'm going to be releasing video of me making it. Here, I'll show you. You have no idea what I'm talking about.
Nope.
But if you look now on my screen,
Oh,
doing Canadian Shield cross comics characters as Mandalorians.
that's funny.
So the first one I'm doing up first is Pop Cross Studios, I think it is. He did, he's done some Marvel and DC ones, and I thought, okay, that's an idea, maybe get some traction. So, first one I've done up is obviously the Canadian Shield, the Candalorian.
Like a candle?
No, Canada, Candalorian.
Oh, I get it.
Should be the Canada-DeLorean. Yeah, it could be the Canada-DeLorean. It's just a little bit harder to say.
Like a DeLorean from Back to the Future?
Possibly. Although I've already quoted it, so I think it's Canada-DeLorean. So sometime today I'm going to be recording myself probably starting to draw up Snowdrift as a
Snowdrift with boob armor? Are you making her an assassin now?
maybe. Oh, Marsupial says, are you telling me you built that time machine out of a Mandalorian? I ain't telling you nothing. That was Dillard's idea.
Okay, let me go grab another background. Because I'm using this, I'm using Google Earth to get the plaza correct. Because I want this to actually feel like Canada, you know what I mean?
Or Winnipeg in particular.
Yeah.
Yeah. You might have the citizens of Winnipeg doing what you're doing soon. But not because of the buckler. Apparently over in Winnipeg right now, in Walmarts and all that, you can only buy groceries or pharmacy stuff. You cannot buy like toys or anything. All because of the coup.
What's the reason for that? Unnecessary shopping or something?
Yeah, and they're not necessaries. You can't even buy a lot of clothes. You can't even buy. Stuff with like Christmas or whatever. You can't buy Christmas ornaments. Nothing. Yeah, it's a bit crazy. Technically, I would think it's for the whole province of Manitoba. The premier did that. Well, they're probably close to that here in Ontario too, so. I need a pic of a Mandalorian looking at his wrist so I can Photoshop it into the poster for Back to the Future. Marsupial.
I'm sorry, what?
Marsupial said, "Now I need a pic of a Mandalorian looking at his wrist so I can Photoshop it into the poster for Back to the Future."
Good idea.
Well, I'm sure you can go find that pic easy. Well, I'm not sure whether easy enough or not.
What pic?
Of a
Oh,
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian looking at his wrist.
A Mandalorian in a DeLorean.
It's a man. There we go. Nice little plaza there.
I was saying earlier, this monk that they have for looks like he's out of He-Man.
What monk?
The picture for the monk for Final Fantasy 1 on PlayStation looks like he could be out of He-Man.
Let me look. Oh, with the headband?
Well, the headband, you know, the like.
But this is the character you're talking about, right? The blue one with the headband?
Yeah, well, I'd say purple, but yeah.
Yeah, he looks pretty fruity like a He-Man character.
See what George is. Oh. He cannot. Okay. Oh. It says he can do Discord. Okay.
Who?
Oh, George, you cannot do live streaming. You can't do Meet while he's live streaming.
Oh, I see.
Oh, I think I should be able to do Discord.
I want to use some iconic imagery.
Okay. Hopefully we might get George in here for maybe the last few minutes.
So, Rick, if you were to be thinking somebody that gave a very famous, not a very famous speech, but somebody who's famous for speaking and in image from historical times, the first thing that pops in your head, what's the most iconic image of a person giving a speech?
In Canada?
No, in the world.
Martin Luther King Jr.?
How is that angled? Like the image in your head?
Probably something off of the broadcast where he says, I have a dream.
See, I don't think so. Because I remember that being filmed from far away.
But there's some close up stuff of them too, I think, during it.
Yeah, but nothing that really like pops in. I'm thinking about using iconic imagery. You know what I mean? Like a famous photograph. And I don't see anything in my head of Martin Luther's speech like that.
Well, you could look something up quick.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to because I would. The thing is, when you're using iconic imagery, you want something to be recognizable. You don't want to have to go look up something obscure. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying grab something obscure.
All right, I got it.
What?
This is the most famous speech picture I can think of.
Okay, we need to change this. And you don't need to get it.
What about Churchill?
Did you hear my mom?
Yeah. Which photo of Churchill?
Which photo of Churchill? Which speech?
Because I think wasn't his most famous speech like over the radio? It wasn't even filmed.
It's hard to tell.
No, like I'm thinking of like like iconic imagery, like things that you've seen pictures of over and over again. The raising of the flag at Iwo Jima. You know what I mean? Hitler giving his speech and his hair in his face as he has his fist up in the air. You know what I mean? Famous photographs.
Yeah.
Bill Clinton and his crooked pointer finger saying, "I did not have sexual relations with that woman." Miss Lewinsky.
Some of that too is I'm not sure how iconic the pictures are, or we've made that. Well, I shouldn't say. I'm not sure whether there's an actual picture of that, but we have it. We made a picture of it. I don't remember.
No,
I
that was
was
filmed.
okay. Well, so have you found Marsupial? Have you found your thing yet? Your picture of the Mandalorian. Let me do this. We might not get George here before. And no, I got over it. Okay. Well, I guess that's good that you got over it.
Got over what?
Oh, having to find the Mandalorian picture to Photoshop it into the Back to the Future picture poster.
Okay, I think I can use this Winston Churchill pose. This is a pretty good one, and it's pretty iconic. Rick, you can have images of Air Hitler. It's not illegal.
Yeah, I know. It's not illegal, but YouTube, they're idiots.
You don't want to get too political. Churchill was, could be considered quite a controversial figure these days. What do you think of this image?
Yeah, pretty good. Couple guys up there in the background.
You gotta sit where you gotta sit. this gesture out real quick. The dome. Because he has real sunken eyes. Why I kind of put like the skeleton shape for the eyes. Because he's really old and his eyes are sunken and gross. He just has really big, pronounced cheekbones. You know how those Tibetan people have those really high cheekbones?
Sure, why not?
Oh, yeah. Well, Rick, you are aware that some races of people look different than others, right?
Yeah.
It's not something that's controversial. It's kind of well known.
Yes, but it's not necessarily. I don't necessarily know what all particular people look like.
Well, like if I were to say, like, oh, you know, like Native Americans normally have like straight-ish hair.
Yep, I would know.
It's true, you know.
Yes, we know most of them don't have mohawks.
What? I didn't say nothing about mohawks, you racist.
I didn't say it. I just said, yes, I know most of them don't have mohawks. Oh my. How's that racist?
And then I gotta draw some people in the foreground, like all riotous. No, wait, I have to put the podium right here. How did I do the podium before? Okay, that's that. The symbol for the Gateway 4. And then microphones. Chords. And then people were like, wait a minute, just a second there. And then I need a image for the background again. Let's import. La lechuza. So, do you have any clue as to the price of your new figurine?
Yeah, I do have
Like a neighborhood?
Well, I know what he said at the moment for me. It'd probably be a few bucks higher because, you know. And that, because I'm, like I said, I'm going to paint the base the grayish color, and then I'm going to paint the red areas that need it to be paint red, so.
I mean, are you going to be doing it like you're painting a miniature figurine for like D&D style?
Possibly. I'm not sure exactly what that means. Like, what sort of paints do they use? You know, like I've got a whole bunch like acrylic paint around here that you know.
Oh, you can use anything. You can use the cheapest acrylic you want. but you just got to like you put a base color, right?
No.
Like let's say you put like a brownish gray as a base color for the rocks.
Yeah.
Paint it all, like two coats of brownish gray. Then you go in and you get like a black, but you water it down so it's real runny, like an ink wash.
Yeah.
And then you dab it all over the rock so it kind of goes into all the crevices.
Yeah.
And then after you do that, and after that dry, that doesn't take a while to dry because it's watery, you know.
Yeah.
But after it dries, then you just go with a very light brush and do dry brushing, where you get just like very, like almost like a bone or cream color for the rocks. And then you just kind of put it on a brush, but you wipe most of the paint off on a paper towel, and you just very lightly go over the very tips of the highlights to make it look like, you know, and it comes out really good.
Uh-huh. Well, I
Put it in
hadn't
the
thought
microphone.
about. I hadn't thought going into so much detail, but I was probably just gonna put a coat or two on, you know, a gray or whatever color.
You know what? Here.
But then the shield, you know, obviously the red on the shield where it needs to be. How?
Yeah.
What would you say for the shield himself? For, you know,
I would say the exact same method. I mean, the thing is, this is how you paint minis, and it works very, very well, and it's very easy to do. It's not very labor intensive at all.
Well, I might have to.
You know what? I'll show you. Give me a second. I will show you right now on Evan's minifig. I don't know if this is a very good one to show you, but there's not a lot of stuff on here.
Okay, we can't see what you're doing.
Well, I'm not showing it yet. I'm still gathering my materials. Give me a second here. My God.
I'll think about it.
Okay, here's some red. I found some red. Let me get my camera situated here. Sorry, this is just difficult to do.
No problem. Everybody's looking at whatever the picture is on your screen at the bottom.
It's downtown Winnipeg. All right, let me see if I can turn my camera on, see what it's showing. Because I don't know if it's on autofocus still, so it might come out a little blurry. Let me just check.
Make sure that.
Okay, stop presenting. Turn on camera. Let's see, what is it showing? Okay, that's too far away. Is it really blurry?
No. Yeah, let's see whether I can. I think people can see it well enough. I can too.
Okay, so... Well, that's terrible. You know what? Let me turn this camera off, and let me go and see if I can get it to be more, you know...
Crystal clear?
Yeah. Give me 1 second.
Okay, well, you do that, I will. Finish doing some stuff on. Here. Well, obviously, oh. little bit longer today.
It won't be too long.
Yeah, well, that's all right.
Okay, I think that should be better. I don't know. It showed up clear on my camera when I showed it, but I don't know. There's something about the meat is not bringing it through. But let's take a look here. Okay, can you see that now?
Yeah.
Okay, so all I'm doing right here is just painting a base coat of red
Yeah.
on the cape. Now this already has like what do you call it? A primer on it. They already come with a pre-primered, so it's going to be a little bit darker. If it just gets printed out in like a light gray, it would be easier. But this has already a dark gray primer, so I probably got to put 2 coats of the base red.
Well, I'm probably going to be getting them to print it out in white. That way, it's one less. Well, I'd say one less color I have to paint, but
No, you shouldn't do that.
I'd rather have printed in the gray than the white, or rather, color the gray over white than white over gray.
Right. Oh, you know what? I think I might have actually found a reason to use this tiny, insignificant, and terrible heater that my wife got me.
To dry things fast?
To dry things fast. There you go. There we go. She got me this tiny heater. It's like one of those tiny heaters you would use in like an office, like just to warm your hands. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At least.
Oh, well, you're drawing that. I'm going to quickly go over to the browser and show off thing. So it's got a little bit more done, as you can see. It's pretty much up to, I think, Canadian Shield's all written out. It's doing base now. Yeah, he had done one before this, and it turned out a bit mushy.
Yeah.
So he's doing some experiments.
Oh, you know what? Let me go change this real quick. It's actually be right back again. Let me turn off this camera because it's not coming out red because I have the saturation of the color all the way down.
Oh, I think he changed the bottom. Canadian Shield, 6 centimeter tall 3D printing, live, 4-hour print. Contact Rick Piper at crosscomics.ca. for more info.
Push that camera on.
But yeah, with doing all the hand, with the money that George says that he wants, what I'm thinking about is, especially with doing the hand painted stuff, I'm thinking charging like $40 or $50 plus shipping.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so when you're doing red, right?
Yeah.
You're painting the color red, and this changes for every color you do. So, like I say, you have red. You're gonna want to use like a purple as the wash, right? So, or something dark. You can even use black. You can even just use white and black for the wash and the highlights. But right now, you can see the red now, right? Now that it's had the color bumped up. So all you would do is get like a really watery purple and just wash the whole thing, just like this. Just put the ink on there and let it kind of, see how it kind of like drips down in the cracks? It's making it a little bit darker in there. That's cool. But you know what? For the sake of right now, because I'm going to be painting over this anyway, let me use some black so we can just show it easily. Over here's black.
So real watery, you say purple or whatever?
Yeah, purplish, black, real dark. But real watery at the same time. Okay, so here's black, right? So let me show you right here in this cape. See these creases in the cape?
Yeah.
You just kind of dab it on there. And you see how it fills in? That dark area?
Yeah.
Just like that. And it's not a big difference. It's not like super showy. But it does make a big difference when it dries. Looks really cool. So you just put it on everything and you let it naturally. You want it to be watery because you want it to let it naturally kind of seep into the crevices.
Yeah.
And you put this back in the front. Let this dry a little bit. Show you right now with the real light color. Have any light color?
And I guess with that, I can't see because it's thing. Do you really see the brush strokes on that or not?
Oh no, not at all.
What sort of brush are you using?
When you? Oh, I'm using a Walmart special. I don't know. I don't know the names of the brushes. They're just cheap brushes.
Okay, well, I guess that's what I'm more thinking about, cheap brush, or maybe, at best, maybe the size. What size?
Well, if you're going to be working on a miniature, you want to go as small as you can.
Yeah.
So,
how tall is that
like
one
for
there,
instance,
John?
this is a 18-0. This mini, this is about 1.5 inches.
Okay.
I think yours would be a little bit bigger. I don't know. Maybe it's the same size, but it's just on a base, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, the base would be making mine probably a little bit bigger.
Yeah, I don't know if he's the same scale because I'm sure that George Gatzis knows about like the hero scale and all that, like the 28 millimeter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not actually sure.
I just know I wrote him a couple days ago, and like, what would, like a 2-inch version of this cost?
Yeah, I got you. So if you look at it now, you can kind of see there's some deep-looking shades. There's no brush marks. It just kind of looks a little purplish and dark in the cracks. Yeah. So then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take a brush like this, a brush that has like a flat head.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter what kind. Then you go ahead and you dip it in white. Right? Like this, and now it's covered in white.
Yeah.
On the tip.
Yeah.
I take this and brush all this off on a piece of paper, so that you barely have any paint left on here. It's just if you were to like, you see a lot of people doing this number, they'll paint their fingers. Own highlight come up, that's perfect. That's what you want, and then you just kind of brush over the top, just getting only the tips, like this. So now you can see it actually has a highlight, a mid-tone, and a low light.
Uh-huh. Cool.
And that's it. And then you're done. That's the entire steps.
Yeah, so you basically do that for the two different parts.
Right.
The regs.
You would do that for your, and you can do the corners to make them look like or the bottoms here, to make them look like they pop out a little more. See that?
Yeah.
So it looks kind of cool, actually. That's all it is for that technique.
That looks nice.
And if you go over that more and more, you can bring the highlights out even more. The more you go over them,
Yeah.
make it look dustier, almost like he's been on the range, this cowboy.
Yeah.
That's it. What do you think?
Good. That's definitely good. Good to know.
So it's just mid-tone, whatever your base color is, your red. Then put a little wash on there to fill in those dark cracks. Now, if you see anything puddling up, it's going to take forever to dry if you have puddles. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
go ahead and get a piece of paper towel and just dab those puddles and wipe up all that extra.
Yeah.
And then just put in a little dusting on top of white. And that's it. But just make sure that dusting that you're putting, you really have to dry brush it, meaning you really have to get as much paint as you can off of this brush.
Yeah.
Because you'll see when you start to put it on the figure, like, oh, I still have too much paint on there, and it starts to smudge a little bit. So you want to build up.
Yeah.
Like, put a little dusting on there, and if it's still not too much, go back and put another round of dusting.
Yeah.
Turn off this heater. Look at this abysmal heater, dude. Look at how tiny and awful this is. This is what she got me. She was like, oh, you said you were cold in there, so I got you this heater. It's like 6 inches tall.
Jeez, it looks as big as, like, maybe a small speaker. You one of your speakers.
I know, right?
You might confuse
Yeah, it was like a
things.
computer speaker. Well, she meant well.
Yeah.
I can't get mad at her.
Well, so I still need to draw the hand on this one and figure out the rest of the arm for him as well, but there is the fighter, the thief, and the monk / black belt. Martial artist, if you will.
Marital artist.
Marital artist. Is that you, John, the marital artist?
Yep. You ask me, I'll tell you everything. I know the whole story.
Okay, so you want to promote anything before we take off?
Yes, I do. I would like to promote The Buckler. It's a fantastic Indiegogo project I'm currently working on. And if you're watching this and you don't know what The Buckler is, head on over to Indiegogo and type in The Buckler, and that will take you right to it. It's a picture of a guy getting thrown to the hood of a police car. But it's a story about a villain and his journey to try to get back his family.
Yeah, let me put that in the link to that live stream. Okay, so there is a link to it for everybody.
Oh, if you're asking or wondering, Rick, the paints that I was using. Here, I'll show you. There are Apple Barrel Walmart paints.
Okay, yeah, I've got those types of paints, not necessarily from Walmart, but
Well, you know what I mean. They're cheap paints. And the thing is, if you want to do like, all the paints work. You know, they have smaller binders when you buy the really fancy paints like the Citadel miniature paints and all that stuff. But as long as you add a little bit of water, because you know acrylic is water-based paint. If you add a little bit of water, really, really smooth, and you just gotta add like maybe 1 or 2 more coats. But it dries super fast. As long as you have a fan in front of it, it dries. You know how fast acrylic dries, you know?
yeah.
And when you're putting on these tiny... I'm sorry?
I was just gonna say I've got the real cheap stuff from the dollar store, and then I've got stuff from like Michael's.
Really? I don't buy no Michael's paint. It's a ripoff. But but the thing is, as long as you just put enough coats, I mean, you know, when you're putting these miniatures are very tiny, and when you're putting on that little bit of paint, just a small thin coat, it dries so fast.
Yeah, for sure.
More airbrush on your, you know, by the time you're putting more paint on your brush, the paint on the figure's already dry.
Hey, well, I want to thank John for coming on, and then thank everybody in the chat for coming by. I will be back on tonight at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, drawing up something. I'm not sure what. I'll probably finish up this, and I'm not sure what else I'll be working on. So we'll catch you all later. Bye for now. God bless. Have a great and wonderful day, night, whatever it is when you're listening. So bye for now. God bless.